We can't control what's happening over there and watching other people and doing what they're doing. We have to focus on what we're doing. And I will tell you from a golf coach point of view, a sports coach point of view, if you're focusing on what someone else is doing, you're not going to be able to play the way that you would like to. Because where's your attention? Not here, not on you, not what you've got to do now. It's somewhere else. Okay? So that's a huge roadblock for you if you're too worried and too focused on comparing yourself to someone else. Okay, so we have to make sure that we're working on releasing that, letting that go, so that we're coming back and focusing on what we're doing. You're not too late. You're not behind. You're not invisible. You are rising. Welcome to Ambition Habits. This is the podcast where women rise together. Here, confidence isn't taught, it's remembered. Belonging isn't earned, it's honoured. And legacy isn't a someday, it's a rhythm we build now. So take a breath and let's begin. Hey there, Tiff here. Welcome to Ambition Habits. So lovely to have you here today. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, mindset. That's a big thing, isn't it? And how we want to look at mindset, because mindset's a huge buzzword, isn't it? Like it's all about mindset and so on. Now, how I want you to look at your mindset with regards to how you play your sport is I want you to be looking at it as the quiet architect of your sports performance. So what does that mean? What does that quiet architect of your sports performance really mean with regards to mindset? So I want you to be looking at mindset. It's not really about how you think. I want you to look at mindset as how you show up. I want you to look at mindset as the story that you tell yourself before you begin your game. I want you to look at mindset as the energy that you carry when no one's watching. And especially for us women, we have to be looking at sport as how we want to be playing freely and not feeling like we have to prove ourselves. We want to play with that freedom, that focus, that control, that calmness, so that we don't have to worry about anything else. We can just play with that freedom and really not feeling like we have to prove ourselves to ourselves or we have to prove ourselves to anyone that's watching or people around us that care for us. We are just so free and so in the moment that we're just doing it just for us. So let's look at some common blockers that can actually get in the way of you not playing your sport as well as that you would like to. Number one, comparison. How often do we compare ourselves to others? How often do we compare ourselves to other players, other women? All the time. I hear it all the time when I'm teaching people to play golf. Began to learn the same time as Mary over there, but Mary's hitting the ball further than me. Why can't I do that? Or I'm watching Di hit a ball and she hits so fast and hard. Why can't I do that? Because I don't seem to be able to do what they can do, right? It's that constant comparison of what they see. Oh, she's faster than me. She's stronger than me. She's fitter than me. She's more exceptional than me. She's a sports person and I'm not a sports person. There's all of this comparison that goes on. Now, when you look at comparison's a thief. Thief is taking your power away. It's taking your focus away because now you are no longer focused on what you need to be doing. You are more focused on comparing yourself to someone else. So how are you going to be able to perform better in your sport and play the way that you would like to if you're too busy worrying about Julie over there hitting the ball further than you. Julie over there is faster than you in running. Julie over there is more athletic than what you are. Julie over there is got this most beautiful looking action and it looks easy. And why can't I do that? Or Julie over there is so much stronger than me. Right? There's all this stuff that goes on. We don't need to compare ourselves to others because now, where is your focus? Your focus is over there on Julie. It's gone, hasn't it? Somewhere else. Yet you want to perform well, but you're too busy worrying about what Julie's doing. So you're comparing yourself to Julie. We are all unique. We are all individual. We all have our own roadmap, right, of what we're doing and where we're going. So we have to make sure that we're staying focused on what we're doing, not someone else is doing. We can only control what we are doing. We can't control what's happening over there and watching other people and doing what they're doing. We have to focus on what we're doing. And I will tell you from a golf coach point of view, a sports coach point of view, if you're focusing on what someone else is doing, you're not going to be able to play the way that you would like to. Because where's your attention? Not here, not on you, not what you've got to do now. It's somewhere else. Okay. So that's a huge like roadblock for you if you're too worried and too focused on comparing yourself to someone else. Okay, so we have to make sure that we're working on releasing that, letting that go, so that we're coming back and focusing on what we're doing. Okay, the second thing, another blockage, is fear of judgment. We worry about what people think about us. We worry about what they're going to say about us. We're worrying about if they're going to measure us against someone else. And the truth to that really is that everybody's feeling the same way as you. You're worrying about what someone else is thinking about you. Well, that person too is worrying about what someone else is thinking of them, and so on, right? The real truth is that's what goes on. But if you're focused on what you think other people are thinking about you, or you're worrying about them judging you, then again, where's your focus? It's not on you. Again, it's somewhere else. It's on someone else, what they think, right? What what you think they may feel about your performance. I can tell you, when I played in a state final recently, with a group of guys in a bowls tournament, bowls pennants match, and I was really concerned about what one particular guy, who I've got a lot of respect for, what he thought about my technique, because I know he doesn't like it. So I felt like when we went and did a practice session, a team practice session, which is the only time we've actually practiced together, which was like an hour before we played. um I was concerned about in that practice session was what he thought, fear of judgment of my technique, because I knew he didn't like the style of bowling that I was doing. And so I spent that whole hour getting too caught up in my own head about what he thinks about my bowling technique. Where was my focus? It wasn't on me bowling, was it? It was me focusing on what I was worried about, what this particular guy thought about my bowling technique, because he's made comments about it before. Really? Who gives a hoot what someone else thinks? And I came out of that session and I was like, what am I worried about that for? Just go and, you know how to bowl. You just go and do what you do best. You know how to get the bowl on the jack. You know what you need to do. Go and focus on that. But you can see how it's easy to then worry about judgment, right? I can tell you, when I played tennis when I was pursuing a professional tennis career and I was 19 years of age and I was playing a tournament and I was playing against a woman who was in the top, she would have been in the top 200 in the world. And I was playing in a tournament against her. And I was so worried about what other people thought about how I was playing. And I was, had very poor self talk. I'm not good enough. Oh, they're going to think that I look foolish. I'm an idiot. Told you you're not good enough. Told you you're never going to make it. Oh my God, how embarrassing for these people watching me play this match against this woman. Where was my focus? It wasn't on what I needed to be doing, was it? No, I was just worried about what people thought about how I played. And I was so tuned out of that match. That match was over in a heartbeat. And I didn't even know what happened because I was not there, because I was too worried about what I thought other people would think. And really, most people don't care. I'll give you one more example before we move on to the next one. Is when I started my sports skills business when I was 27, 28 years of age. I had a sports skills business and a tennis coaching business after I finished uni. And I was a very shy young woman. And I was really worried about what people thought of me all the time, fear of judgment all the time. And so when I started the sports skills business, I used to worry about what the mothers would think of me teaching their kids, whether I was doing a good job or not, or whether I was doing the skills correctly or not. Because I started this whole new concept of sports skills. This wasn't a thing then, right? It was the first one on the northern beaches of Sydney to run something like this. And so I was so concerned about what other people thought. I was fearing the judgment. Now, really, years later, when I had developed confidence over the time, was I realized that they're not watching me. They don't really care what I do. They're watching their little kids have a good time. Right? But I was so caught up in that fear of judgment. So it's easy to do. And that's what happens to us. We worry about what other people think about us. But the truth is that people are too concerned about themselves, right? We're all very selfish and we're too concerned about what we're doing rather than what you're thinking and feeling and so on. Now, the third thing is perfectionism. Now, this is a huge one. I see this all the time with people that I teach. They're expecting to be able to play the perfect shot every single time. Now, I understand that because I was exactly the same. I always wanted to make sure that I played the perfect shot. Didn't matter what sport I performed in, because I've played a lot of sports over the years, was I always wanted to make sure that my shot was always perfect. I always executed everything correctly. And yes, I'm a coach and I'm a big believer in being mechanically efficient so that we can do things with so much ease. You want to make things easy for you. You want to make sure that it flows easily for you. And that's a really good thing, to be mechanically efficient. You shouldn't be feeling like you're trying to force something. Things should be feeling easy for you. But because we get so caught up in thinking that every particular shot that we play has to be absolutely perfect and flawless, that we think that if we don't do that every single time, we're just not good enough. And I will tell you now that at times when you're out playing in your sport, you're not always going to execute it exactly the way that you would like it to. I understand that. I'm a coach, yes, but I'm also a performer in sport too. I understand that. I always want to execute the most perfect shot every time. But I accept that all I can do is I can just do the best that I can do in that moment. That's all I can ask for myself. Now, and then I look at it as, what do I learn from that? If it hasn't come out exactly the way that I would like it to, well, what do I learn from that? Do I have to add a little bit more? Do I take a little bit more off? Was I focused on what I was doing, or was I thinking about something else? Was I calm? Did I trust my decision that I made? These are the conversations that you want to have after you've performed your shot, so that you know what actually is going on. Because it's not always going to be perfect. You're not always going to hit the perfect shot. But the thing is you being aware of, like, when it works really well, what have you done? And when it doesn't work so well, what have you done? Right? Very, very simple way to analyze so that you can, if you've done something really well, okay, let's see if I can repeat that. I want to have that same feeling. What was it that I did? And if you haven't done it well, okay, why what was I thinking? What was I feeling? Oh, yeah, that's right. I hadn't done, I hadn't opened my hand up enough when I let go of the bowl, or I was trying to hit the ball too hard when I was going to hit in golf. I was trying to hit the ball too hard off the tee and my hands flicked versus that nice steady motion. Does that make sense? So the big thing that we want to be aware of is these blockages, such as comparison, such as fear of judgment, such as perfectionism. You can see how these types of things are actually going to hold you back from playing the way that you would like to be able to play. So my question then becomes to you is, what are you doing when you're out there playing? Are you going through that process of comparison? Are you going through that process of perfectionism? Are you going through that process of, fear of judgment? It's a really good thing to be aware of. Is that actually happening for you? Because you're out there playing the sport because you love it. You're out there playing the sport because it makes you feel good. You're out there playing the sport because you really enjoy, also the company that you keep, the friendships that you've built. So why are you out there playing? Are you out there to play for yourself? Or are you out there to play to prove yourself? Like, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. I just want you to enjoy it. I just want you to feel free. I just want you to trust yourself. I want you to stay in the moment and see what magic you can create when you're in that state of freedom, in that state of flow, in that state of not feeling like you have to prove yourself, in that state of enjoyment. So I'll give you an example. So I played in a tournament yesterday, played in a bowls tournament with a mixed pairs tournament. So I played with another guy, and we played our first match. Played against this couple. Now they're probably 15 plus years older than me. They played so good. They just outplayed us. They were on the jack all the time. They knew how to maneuver. They've got a lot of experience. Now, I could have gone, look, here I am, 55, and I'm playing against a 70-something-year-old lady, and she's outplaying me. Well, of course she's going to outplay me. She's been playing a lot longer than I have. She's developed her skills. I've only been playing just over 12 months. It's okay. Learn the lessons. She's more consistent than you. That's what you've got to work on. You've got to make sure that you get more consistent. Then we played our second match, which was a great experience as well. But the third match, this is the highlight for me, was we played against this pair. Played against this 18-year-old girl. She's the same age as my niece. And we played against this guy in his 40s, platinum league player. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Now, we only just lost by a couple of shots overall from them, but that was the best bowls to date that I felt like that I had played. I rose to the occasion. Now, initially when I saw them, because I'd seen them play in the morning, because they were playing nearby us, I was like, oh, gee, I hope we don't have to play them, right? Because I was already self-doubt, right? I was already going to compare myself. I haven't been playing as long as them. I was worried about what, people would think if I was playing against them. And I was worried about being perfect. There's those three blockages already coming up. And then after lunch, we had to play against them. And I was like, oh, okay, let's go. Bring it. Stay in the moment. Do the best you can on each shot. Stay calm. Be focused on what you've got to do and what line you've got to take and how it's got to feel. I played the best bowls that I had played all day. in that match, because that level, that quality that I was playing against was so much more than I'm playing against at the moment. Huge level. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was the best game that I feel that I've played thus far, but also the best game I've played against as well, playing against two really experienced bowlers. Loved it. Rose to the occasion. I didn't get caught up in the comparison. I didn't get caught up in the fear of judgment. I didn't get caught up in being perfect. I just did the best that I could. But like I said to you, in that morning, I was watching them and I was like, oh, gee, they're good. Hope we don't have to play against them. Oh, got thrown. Be careful what you wish for, right? Got thrown in the moment after lunch. Oh my goodness, I've got to play them. All right, let's bring it. Let's go. Let's see what you can come up with. Didn't get caught up in that blockage that I had in that morning. So it can be done, but you also have to step into your power. You also have to step in and believe. You also have to step in and trust. Trust yourself that you are capable. Trust that wherever your skill level is right now, it's okay. You don't have to be perfect, but you can learn from it. It's a really good thing. Now, moving forward, what do we do? How do we say to ourselves, I'm here to play, not to prove? Well, that's a nice, simple quote to start with, isn't it? That you could say to yourself prior to stepping out into your sports arena is, I'm here to play. I'm not here to prove. Because you don't need to prove anything. You don't need to prove anything to yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anyone else. You're just here to play. You're here to enjoy. You're here to be focused in the moment. You're here to stay calm. You're here to be able to play the shot that you'd ideally like to play because you're staying in the moment, because you're focusing on what you need to do, because you're got a very calm feeling within the body, right? It's relaxed, it's calm, it's poised, it's ready. And you feel steady. You're here to play. You're here not to prove. I'm going to say it again. You're here to play. You're here not to prove. And if you say to yourself, I'm here to play, I'm not here to prove. I'm here to play. I am here to play. I am here to play. I am here to play. I'm here to enjoy. I'm here to feel good. I'm here to test myself. I'm here to be focused. I'm here to be calm. I'm here because I want to be here. Well, what are you going to do now? You're going to let go of those blockages, aren't you? You're going to let go of being comparing yourself to others. You're going to let go of the fear of judgment, and you're going to let go of the perfectionism. You're going to get out there and play because you want to play. You want to enjoy. You want to have fun. You want to enjoy the people that you're with. You want to enjoy the environment that you're in. You want to enjoy the privilege that you actually get to play. There's a lot of people out there that don't have that privilege and that they get to play like you can. They don't have the access to what you have the access to. So go out there and enjoy it. Remember, you are here to play. You are here not to prove. And on that note, I want you to let me know what you love best about what you heard today. And I want you to dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. Let's rise together. Take care. Talk soon. Bye for now.